The Pacific Conference of Churches in Fiji says it's keen to provide pastoral care to the families and workers of the New Zealand and Australia seasonal work schemes. Its General Secretary, Reverend James Bhagwan, told Rachel Nath that the challenges the workers and their families face were raised during a recent Regional Church Council consultation in Fiji.
We were looking at what are the challenges faced by our workers in terms of treatment of workers, the conditions in which they work under, but also the challenges, the pastoral challenges that they experience when they're away from home, and also not forgetting that we need to also pay attention to the families that they leave behind when they go to do migrant labor. And so we looked at a number of issues around coordination, the role of the church in working with labor sending units. These are the government departments that facilitate these processes. What sort of preparation can be done in their pre-departure or even before they are selected? How do we create better awareness of the expectations of the situation that they will experience when they go and work abroad? What sort of pastoral support is required before they leave? On arrival, work pastoral support and care for them in country and for their families back home, and the issues that we need to keep in mind as they're also preparing to come back. How do they come back, re-engage with their communities and their families?
Did you narrow down on what kind of support will be needed from the church?
I don't think narrow is the right word to use. We looked at the key areas that we need to engage in, recognizing there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of partners that are involved from governments, both receiving and sending governments, what type of policies and frameworks they have, recognizing that we need to have good relationships and understanding with the communities from where our workers come from, communities that they go to, and how they engage. The role of the employers, which is very important in understanding the cultural aspects, values, etc. of our people, and how the churches in our Pacific Island countries and the churches in the receiving countries, so Australia and, of course, New Zealand as well, coordinate better in caring for workers. So there's a lot of support, a lot of engagement from both sides on this issue. We're very grateful that the Australian government is willing to listen and engage with us on this process. We also had representatives from the New Zealand High Commission and Pacific Island missions that are based in Suva in attendance. Presentations also included representatives from the ILO, the International Labour Organization in the Pacific, the International Organization on Migration, and the Pacific Islands Forum. So it was a really good round table to thresh out some issues, develop some sort of frameworks and some next steps on what we can do and how we can continue to build on this work. This is the first time that we're having this sort of consultation. So although the schemes have been going on for some time, this is the first time that churches are seriously engaging and recognizing their role, and governments are also recognizing the role of the church in this space.